Howdy folks, welcome to a complete guide to horror movies top 10. I'm Coop and today I'll be counting down my top 10 favourite Chucky kills. Now to clarify, in this list I will be discussing specifically kills by Chucky. We will be doing a top 10 Tiffany kills later down the track. Also, these will be specific to the movies. Again, we may look at counting down our favourite kills in the Chucky TV series at some point. Now that we've cleared that up, let's get into it.
And they call me sick?
Number 10, Colonel Cochran, sheer heart attack, Child's Play 3. Roll your eyes all you want, it counts. One of the gifts that keeps on giving in the Chucky franchise is the use of comedy, and certainly brings a whole new meaning to about as funny as a heart attack. This scene in Child's Play 3 sees Chucky disappointed that he's spooked his soon-to-be victim, Colonel Cochran, portrayed by Dakin Matthews, into cardiac arrest, taking away his chance for a couple of stabs. Colonel, who had earlier thrown Chucky into the back of a garbage truck, we all saw how well that went, has just found the doll behind his desk. Perplexed, he throws Chucky head first into the bin. Big mistake. Chucky screams bloody murder and shows his knife, causing the Colonel to start having a heart attack and die before he has his chance to exact revenge. Poor Chucky.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Number 9, Damien Baylock, Tontine treatment, Bride of Chucky. Chucky's first appearance as the stitch-clad monster we all know and love. As Chucky comes to life for the first time in 1998's Bride of Chucky, Damien, played by the late Alexis Arquette, finds out the hard way not to make dick jokes to a supernaturally possessed doll. Chucky responds by throwing back a quip of his own.
It ain't the size that counts, asshole. It's what you do with it.
Before pulling out their lip piercing and smothering Damien with a pillow. Chucky and Tiffany politely get reacquainted as Damien suffocates and dies under the pillow. Quite the entrance.
Hi.
Hi.
How you been?
Okay.
Number 8, Mr. Sullivan, Good Circulation, Child's Play 3. I'll confess, this may be up there for me as this is the first Chucky kill I ever saw. And honestly, I still feel like it stands the test of time. Mr. Sullivan, who we had already seen once before at this point in Child's Play 2, is back and is as ruthlessly uncaring as we remembered. As a result, Chucky starts to toy, pun intended, with Mr. Sullivan, setting off a number of good guy dolls to freak the CEO out. Before finally strangling Mr. Sullivan with a yo-yo, Chucky had already hit him with a golf club and used him as a human dartboard. I guess he didn't really like him either.
Just like the good old days.
Number 7, Claire, A Room with a View, Cult of Chucky. As silly as it is, I'm quite fond of this one. Some may wonder, that seems like an odd place to put such a large ceiling window, isn't it? Oh well, let's not think too hard about it. In 2017's Cult of Chucky, Claire is strapped to a hospital bed alone with Chucky on the prowl. After pondering compressed, does that mean what I think it means? Chucky launches a canister of compressed oxygen at the ceiling window I'm sure we all wondered when would come into play, thus resulting in a shower of deadly glass which quickly and quite impressively cuts Claire to ribbons.
Sometimes I scare myself.
Number 6, Harold Whitehurst, There Goes My Hero, Child's Play 3. Ah, les swoon, my hero. This one really hit me. Whitehurst, who throughout this movie has been constantly bullied and berated by resident dick, Lieutenant Shelton, has been terrified of Chucky since seeing Sergeant Botnick have his throat slashed and has been doing his best to stay out of the drama to avoid being killed since the paintball campaign has started. However, it was not meant to be. After Shelton finally gets what is coming to him after Chucky has replaced the red team's paintball pellets with real bullets, the red and blue teams throw down their weapons and begin to argue. Using the ensuing chaos to his advantage, Chucky throws a grenade into the mix. Oh Lord, he coming. Whitehorse, being the only one to notice, throws himself onto the grenade in an act of bravery and saves everyone from the shrapnel. Godspeed.
Whitehurst.
Number 5, John Bishop, Voodoo Child. Looking back at the first installment in the Child's Play franchise in 1988, Chucky has a silly one for you. John Bishop, who has taught Charles Lee Ray about the occult and the power of Damballa, is the reason we have Chucky. Now, sickened by what he has created, he is determined on stopping Chucky. Unfortunately for him, He also showed Charles where he hides his personal voodoo doll, and I always wondered why anyone would even make one to begin with, considering it would just put you at risk of someone getting a hold of it, but nevertheless, it is a fun one. Chucky starts by interrogating Bishop and starts breaking some limbs on the doll, resulting in Bishop's limbs also breaking. Once Chucky has the intel he needs, Chucky lets him know he has a date with death and plunges the knife into the doll, killing him. Just dolls playing with dolls.
So long, John.
Number 4, Miss Kettlewell. Teacher, leave that kid alone. Child's Play 2. We were all waiting for it, weren't we? Miss Kettlewell, who after shitting on her brand new student from a foster family in front of the whole class, the one and only Andy Barkley, refuses to listen to him and locks him in a classroom with a killer doll. Nice one. Luckily, Andy yeeted his way out of there to safety, and upon return, Miss Kettlewell is forced to endure the wrath of her mistake, with Chucky beating the horrible teacher to death with a yardstick, or as I like to call it, a ruler. Very satisfying.
You've been very naughty, Miss Kettlewell.
Number 3, Maggie Peterson. Stop Hammer Time. Child's Play. The first on-screen Chucky kill. It is a classic. Whenever I show people this movie now, they always laugh at the fact that she seems to run directly out the window and kind of just jumps through it. As one of the clumsiest people on the planet, I definitely buy it. This is a beautifully shot scene. I don't really know what to say else about it other than it is an absolute classic. Number 2, The Unnamed Technician, Eyes of the Beholder, Child's Play 2, this one. The climax of Child's Play 2 is honestly awesome. The chase across a toy factory is a wonderful backdrop for a horror movie, and one of the upsides of such a backdrop is the chance for creative kills. One poor unnamed technician found this out the hard way. Probably not long before clock off, the technician gets an alert that there is a blockage along one of the conveyor belts. Stuffed with good guy dolls, the technician removes the dolls and gets things going again. Before he had a chance to be chuffed about his handiwork, Chucky slashes him and he falls back, with the machine impaling both eyes and giving him some nice, new, shiny plastic ones instead. Hell of a visual, pun intended, obviously.
I hate kids.
Honourable mentions. Barbara Pierce, Curse of Chucky, Too Close Together. Philip Simpson, Child's Play 2, Don't Even Trip. The Garbage Man, Child's Play 3, Taking Out the Trash. Eddie Caputo, Child's Play, Michael Bay, Baby. Malcolm, Cult of Chucky, Drill Bit. Number 1, Ian Pearce, Axe in Mouth Syndrome, Curse of Chucky. Fucking hell. This may be an anticlimax, the list for some people, but for me, this is it. Curse of Chucky is a fantastic movie. Ian Pearce, who I'm sure you grew to hate throughout the course of the movie, really copped it here. It's simple, but incredibly brutal. At the time, Ian has Nika tied to her wheelchair and is going through the nanny cam footage. Suddenly, Chucky wheels Nika into Ian, knocking him onto his back. And then, it happens. Chucky chops Ian in the mouth with the axe, severing his lower jaw, leaving Ian's tongue hanging out of his dead head. What else can I say?
Maybe not.
Thank you for watching and enduring my opinions. If you like this, check out our podcast episodes on the Chucky franchise. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Complete Guide to Horror, and have yourself a mediocre day, because it's better than a bad one. See you later.
Hey, squirrel friend, when one video ends, just upload another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead, I support you.